What's poppin', everybody? Back with another video. In this video, I just got to talk about Dave Chappelle's monologue on SNL. This is a masterclass in comedy. Dave Chappelle may be arguably the best, the greatest comedian. This is perfection. How he broke down Kanye West. Now, mind you, he's friends with Kanye West. He's known Kanye West a long time. And I didn't personally, when he starts talking about Kanye, my first thought is, oh, he's going to play it safe. Oh, he's not going to really say anything negative about Kanye. But this is how great Dave Chappelle is. He's addressing the Kanye West situation with all the anti-Semitic stuff and everything. And he's somehow remaining neutral, but still being able to bring the comedy out of that situation, still being able to make it a teachable moment. He's also still able to hold Kanye to the fire on stuff he said, and he's still able to be compassionate enough to speak on mental health and put a little comedic twist on it as well. That's just one portion. That's just the first couple minutes. You know, that's just Kanye. So I was like, whoa, this Dave Chappelle's different. This is different. So then he moves on. He talks about, Jewish people. And that was a masterclass in being able to, poke fun, but also show love to the Jewish community, but also hold them to a standard in a way. So it's like how he tied in Kyrie Irving with the Kanye stuff and then kind of addressed Hollywood. Dave Chappelle just has a really good talent. This is, to me, this is like God-given talent, like to be able to show you unfairness in the world, hypocrisy, things that, the hypocritical side of the world, the hypocritical side of ourselves, but yet still be able to get a laugh out of people and have people, like, he's the best at making you think, see yourself in the mirror. He can point out flaws in society and in human beings, and then also make you laugh about it, joke about it. I feel like that's hard to do without making somebody mad or feeling like, oh, you're coming down too hard on one group of people. Whereas like he's in this, I feel like he fairly assessed everybody. He didn't go too hard on Kanye, but he did hold Kanye accountable. And it is kind of cool that he's talking about the climate, the election. When he talks about politics, he's able to see things from both sides. Sometimes comedy, or when people speak on politics, is just so biased. It's just one-sided. You already know what side they're on. You already know, it. Like, Dave Chappelle is one of those comedians that you could tell he doesn't have a dog in the fight, and he doesn't like pander to one side or the other. I feel like that's the gift that he has of, it's weird, it's gonna sound weird, but he's able to fence ride without you feeling like he's fence riding. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that has a negative connotation to it, like, oh, you're just fence riding, you won't pick a side. But it's like he's not picking a side, not because he's scared. He's picking a side because he sees the BS on both sides. He's so even in politics, he's like, okay, I can see the BS of the Republicans, but I can see the BS of the Democrats. And he's like, he's calling out both sides. He's always been like that, good at addressing both sides of the coin, but also keeping it light, keeping it funny, where you can laugh at yourself. Just think like, okay, we're all flawed, so it is what it is. But yeah, this monologue was 10 out of 10 for me. I feel like if you're a Dave Chappelle fan and you enjoy his comedy, it's no way you can watch this and not laugh or at least chuckle. It was super hilarious. It's just another feather in like Dave Chappelle's hat, as far as like showing that he's the GOAT. I got so much respect for Kevin Hart, but when Dave Chappelle hits the stage, the quality that you get from his comedy is bigger than what you get from any other comedian, because you're not just going away being like, oh, he was entertaining, he made me laugh. You're going away laughing, and you feel like you learned something. about yourself, about other people. He opens people's minds and challenges people's perspective. And some people might get upset about that because some people feel like how they feel, and that's it. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to change their point of view or change how they think about things. Dave is good at forcing that. Chris Rock was really good at that, but I think Dave Chappelle's way better. Because I just feel like Dave gets, I don't want to say he's more woke or something. I just say he's more in tune than Chris Rock is. And when you say, okay, in tune to what? I have no idea. I just feel like Dave is tapped into some other energy, some other spiritual knowledge. And I don't know if it's by accident. I just feel like he's tapped in. Not to say Chris Rock isn't funny. Chris Rock is hilarious. But the only reason why I'm comparing it to is because Chris Rock has always touched on politics and touched on different situations and societal issues. Whereas like good example, I wouldn't compare it to Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart kind of just talks about his life. You know, he doesn't really talk about worldly issues or serious topics and try to make light of serious topics. That's not his bag, and that's not a lot of comedians' bags. But I feel like that's why Dave Chappelle's stand up and Dave Chappelle as a comedian is so special, because he can tap into that lane. I feel like a lot of comedians are scared that they can't execute what Dave Chappelle just did on SNL because they might go too far or they might fall flat. The people might not get the jokes, you know, or maybe they don't feel passionate enough about those topics, and it just shows on stage. It shines through like, you don't really care, you know. So it's like a lot of comedians play it safe. They just tell jokes about silly situations and make people laugh, and that's cool. But Dave actually takes it there. He pushes people's perspective. He pushes, and I don't even know if he's trying to change people's perspective or change how people think of things. I just think he's saying how he thinks of things, and it's so different from how everybody else thinks of stuff. It kind of shocks people. That's the best way to monologue, because I feel like people are gonna be talking about this all week. People are gonna be talking about this all week. You know, just like the part where he was talking about how everybody's getting fed up with how things are in this country, but black people are being fed up, kind of like we've been on that. That was a chef's kiss of how to take something that's painful but make people laugh about it, you know, make people smile about it, you know. And it was like showing people don't know, like, if you can think about it in another way, it's showing how we're more alike than we are different. Everybody's more alike, you know. Everybody's starting to get on the same page of, hey, we don't like what's going on around here. And it's not becoming, oh, this is a black issue or this is a white issue. It's becoming like a world thing. And I feel like Dave is just a messenger, man. I feel like comedy's almost becoming the secondary to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is a visionary messenger, and then second, he's a comedian, because he's gonna make you laugh because that's who he is. What makes his stuff special is that element. So yeah. This monologue should definitely be taught in classes of how to do comedy in 2022 and not get canceled, because, you know, he could have went any way with this monologue, and that could have been the headline: Dave Chappelle gets canceled. He offends this person. He says that. But like I said, he perfected that monologue so well. He ridiculed everybody, but also showed everybody love and grace. So it's like, you know, it's like a parent that yells at you and then apologizes later, gives you a hug. It was kind of like that, but in comedy form. So it's like, I don't think he's gonna get canceled for this monologue. I don't think anything he said was crazy offensive. So it was pretty good, man. I gotta give it to Dave, man. Ohio, man. Shout out everybody in Yellow Springs. Dave's that guy, man. All right, that's all I got. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed that monologue, and if you didn't like the monologue, I want to know why. Because it was 10 out of 10 for me. I'm sorry, but yeah, let me know. See you on the next one. I'm out.